Hey lovely people! Welcome with LILLY Akuma in London today.
Okay, so why are we in London today? What brings you here?
Actually, it's a kind of funny story because I lived here for almost 3 years and I left during COVID times. But the most important part of my career, my former career, was actually here in London. I didn't have much of a big career in the Netherlands, but I mainly worked here in a bank in IT. So I pass by this park every single day. And it's kind of funny to be back here in London this way, because it was back then such a dream to live this life. And now here, like this, like a showgirl, makes me happy actually. What did I do? What did bring me to London? I studied computer science and I actually graduated from it cum laude. So there's something between these 2 years that's sometimes running, always not showing though. But like that basically brought me here. I started working for a bank, a Dutch bank, and that basically brought me to London because I wanted to live abroad. I studied abroad already and I wanted to go abroad again. And that's basically how I came here. But what did I do? So I studied computer science and I decided directly basically like the whole too technical that level was not my kind of thing, and I rolled into management. I did management kind of thing just for fun on the side, and that's kind of how I rolled into this management traineeship. And I did that for 3 years. I was kind of good in it, switched on companies after leaving London. But my day-to-day job was basically management and leadership in IT. So, but in all different kind of IT stuff. The differences and similarities between my job back then and now, I think like there is a lot of similarities. It's still working day and night. It's still business running backstage, and all those kind of things. I think that's not that different. The way on how I work is totally different, I would say. It's like it's way more variety in what I do right now with making dresses, running my Insta, like doing this kind of things. It's totally different compared to working in a bank. It's less structured and there's way more creativity in it. Next to that, the type of people that we work with nowadays, like in this kind of work as queer people, it's so different to what I was used to here in IT. No shade, no tea, but you know, the differences. So I think there is the major difference, I would say, is like the way I work and the freedom I got from this and the variety I do in this compared to like really structured and IT work I did before this.
And you used to work in a team and now you work with me, but mostly by yourself. What is the difference with that? How does that impact you?
Back then when I came here to London, I was just half a year in my IT career. And like I basically grew my career mainly here in the UK, and like I started off with a small team of about 20 people and it went up a little bit higher when I was like evolving in my job. So I had 3 teams at the end when I was working. This kind of chaotic setting is actually how it felt back then. Trying to mingle, everything had to be done yesterday. I was working till late and all those kind of things, but I was always working for my teams. I had several teams, and now I'm working by myself with you and like a lot of friends around me, and that's so much different. It's like there's still a part of the process life and running a business what I did back then. I love this. I hate like oh, there's so much sounds on the back. I love that. But the main difference is, I think, like I see that we will continue in growing the teams again from here on. But for me, it was good to get back to myself for a moment and see where I could improve instead of like me improving for the team, but like doing it for me and making choices because I thought it was good for me instead of just making choices that were good for the team.
You just said that the difference between IT was mostly you making choices for your teams, and that drag is making a choice for you. Is that the reason that you switched from IT to drag? How did that go? Because it's a pretty big jump.
I think for me, I like this literal inner queen has always been there. she was hidden. She was somewhere in the darkness, pushed away because my situation just led to that I didn't have the opportunity to do it otherwise, basically. And I decided, I was like, let me push Lily away a little bit and see where it goes. And that's basically how society got the hold on me, because I had to do the perfect job and I was able to study, to go to uni. And the funny thing is that every time I try to say something serious, the plane comes over. But in a way, like for me, IHT and what I do now, it's not such a big leap, even though maybe it looks like that, which I can imagine for people that it feels a bit like really off from each other. But the entrepreneurship was already there in IT, and I brought that basically with me into what I do right now. But what I do on a daily basis is a little bit different, basically, because back then I was managing a team, and by like choosing drag, which I actually realized just recently, I decided to choose for me instead of for society, for other people, and like whatever. I choose me because that gave me the opportunity to even help more people. And that for me has always been the most important part of what I do. I never stepped on the stage to get the attention. I never stepped on the stage to be pretty. I try, but it's not the goal. And the thing is, for me, it's like I was helping a lot of trainees in IT to find their jobs, to develop, and all those kind of things. I had a lot of interns to help them grow, and I always did growing people. However, I had the feeling I could only help one person at the time, or maybe a few at the time. And I was kind of looking for something that was like, how can I grow more people at once? And that's when I saw, like, let me get back on the stage, because that broadens my scope, of what I can say, and reaches so much more people than I can do on a daily basis, one by one. And that pushed me over the hate for attention. That pushed me over the fear of being back on the stage. The help of helping others is so close to what I love doing, and that's choosing me by helping others. I think it's been the best decision I've ever could have made.
And for you, how does drag help others?
It helped me basically getting out of this closet. So we were just discussing, like, when I was living here in London, I was kind of still like a hidden queer, trying to live like the heteronormative society expects your normal life kind of setting, even though I knew already from baby on that I loved girls. But like, I really tried to fit in this little closet. And for sure, working for a bank, it was not an easy thing to be like out in the open. And for me, drag always helped me to see that creative mind. Literally every time. Hate this, love this. So for me, second one. Yes, we are back.
Hell yeah.
So for me, drag really helped me to see that the community existed. So I'm from a time that we couldn't like research everything online, and for me that like drag was an envisioning of being out in the open and queer, being your authentic self, being able to live your free life as a queer person. And it fitted really in with like what I love doing. I love being creative. I love creating settings, storylines, telling stories on the stage and dance. And that's basically how drag kind of combined like what I was looking for the fight for our community in a combination with like the things that I absolutely adore doing.
So you said that your past job made you really unhappy and that this one makes you really happy. What is the difference between the two? Like, how does this one make you really happy and why did that one make you really sad?
Good question. I think there is a lot of things that actually make the major difference. There is not one thing that makes a difference in life. It's a lot of things that make differences in life. And being my authentic self is definitely the main reason that I'm way more happy and that I chose for me by helping others. Which just makes me so much happier. You know, it's always been my dream to do this kind of things. And then I'm here like living my actually dream. That makes everyone happy, I think, in life. It's like pursuing your dreams, following your heart is the strongest thing you can do. And I never knew that. Like, it was taking that much away from my own happiness. Even though I didn't hate the job that I was doing here, it was like it had a certain level of happiness to it as well, because it like took a challenge in my brain. However, by not being able to live my open and full self, it kind of withdraw a part of the happiness. And I need a lot of things in my life going on to make me happy. And like that was not possible in corporate life. It was made for like a certain standard type of people, and I'm not like that. I figured. I know by now. So that made me way less happy. Even though I earn way much more money than I do now. However, this makes me so much more happy. I would not change it for a bit, for sure.
And what was your dream then? And how is it your dream now? What was your job your dream? Was it not your dream job?
It was everything except for my dream job. Back then I just lived the life of what society expected from me and what people thought I should be, or what I thought that people thought that I should be living. But it was everything except for making me happy. People were like, oh, you can't be that naked, you can't be that showgirl kind of thing. But every time I passed by West End, saw a musical or anything like that, I was like, oh damn, I want this so bad. And here I am in like full drag, performed this weekend on West End, and that's just insane, living my dream right now instead of like the kind of poor life, money-wise, otherwise, but like poor feeling life, which I was living back then.
So you would say your happiness is more important than the money you're getting from it?
Definitely the happiness is more important than the money that I get from it. However, I have to say I'm privileged with the life that I'm living and being able to live and eat from everything that I get and all those kind of things. So I would definitely not say that it works always for that. There needs to be a certain level of income, and from there on, it's happiness that is just giving that is way more important than the money that you're earning. So I took you on my life in London, which was my former career, which brought me in a way here where I learned a lot, but not everything. And definitely learned that I need to live the life that makes me happy. And that's what I want to give to you today as well. Live your life, live that makes you happy. You only have one. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, because that's most important, what we have in life. It made me happy, so give it a try. And I have to tell you, follow me in line or whatever all those kind of things are that I never get, but help support me, because then we can make and keep on doing this and make my dreams come true and the of others. Love that you watched it. See you soon. Ik weet niet of ik dit wil, maar ik ruik gelukkig niks.